Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for this evening, Lionel Barber and Dominic Barton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to welcome you all here tonight to celebrate the 2015 Financial Times McKinsey Business Book of the Year Award. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, the 11th year that the FT has presented this award, and it is no exaggeration to say, and everybody in this room knows, that the Financial Times never exaggerates. Never. That the Library of Business Books that our tireless judges have selected since 2005 have each been truly world-class. And they've always, invariably, covered exciting themes in turbulent times. Now, this year, we're particularly pleased with the quality of the submissions, and they do continue to rise in record numbers. The intellectually stimulating shortlist was this year dominated by books on the causes and consequences of technological disruption, while others considered the challenge of achieving gender balance and the influence of behavioral economics. So this year, the shortlist captured some of the key challenges that are demanding the attention of executives, policymakers, and societies in general. And we're particularly grateful to the publishers and the authors for their continued interest, support, and involvement in this prestigious award. And of course, helping to make this possible again this year, our McKinsey & Company, and I'm delighted to welcome their Global Managing Director, Dominic Barton. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lionel, and we at McKinsey, again, are delighted to be partnering again with the FT on this important, and it's the 11th Business Book of the Year Award. We also, last year, started a new prize, which is the Bracken Bower Award, and this is something that has been named after two people that had very influential roles in both of our organizations. Brendan Bracken, who is the chairman of the FT from 1945 to 1958, and Marvin Bower, who was the chairman of McKinsey from 1950 to 1967. And both individuals, we feel, instilled a strong sense of values and culture in the organization. And what we wanted to do with this Bracken Bower Award was recognize young writers and identify young writers writing about business. This prize is awarded to the best business book proposal. It has to have a compelling and enjoyable insight into business, economics, finance, or management. It needs to be written by someone who's under the age of 35. The inaugural winner is with us tonight. I think I'd ask Sadi Zahidi to stand up so we can recognize you again. She won last year for Womanomics in the Muslim World, which has just been, again, negotiated and acquired by Nation Books, which will be published in the near term. She talked about the important economic opportunity to be unlocked by thinking about the 800 million Muslim women in the world who, she argued, full participation could lead to a 4% percentage increase in GDP if we're able to involve them in the community. So we're looking forward to seeing that being published. And again, congratulate you, Sadia, for that. I also want to recognize with Lionel the judges who spent a lot of time reviewing many proposals that came through. Stephen Rubin from Henry Holt, who I believe is here, Vindi Banga from Clayton Dubilier and Rice, Yorma Olilla from Outokumpu, a former chairman of Shell and Nokia, and Linda Grattan from the London Business School. There are 4 finalists who are here tonight, some co-authors, Christopher Clearfield and Andrus Tilchik, Jonathan Hillman and Irene Sun. And if I could ask them to stand so we can appreciate all of you, that would be great. This year's winner, and it was a very difficult process because there were terrific proposals put forward, stood out among the 90 entries that came in from 33 countries. This proposal examined the increasing risk complexity for companies and other organizations and the steps that leaders can take to ready their organizations to manage a crisis before it becomes catastrophic. And as the world gets more complex and volatile, the argument is this capability will be even more important. And the judges felt that this looked like an absolutely critical contribution to be made. So with that as background, Lionel and I are very excited and honored to announce the winners of the 2015 Bracken Bower Prize, and that's to Christopher Clearfield and Andrus Tilchik for their proposal, Rethinking the Unthinkable, Managing the Risk of Catastrophic Failure in the 21st Century. So if we could ask them to come up to receive their award.
Wow, thank you very much. I was told we had about 20 minutes, is that right? No, I'm just kidding. So I'm Chris Clearfield. This is my friend and co-author, Andrus Tilchik. We're honored to be here tonight and very thankful for this opportunity. Our proposal is about rethinking risk in the world, identifying the ways that risk is changing and coming out of the increasing complexity, and looking at the ways that people struggle when thinking about risk and the ways that organizations can exacerbate that struggle or work through it. Our hope is that our research will be able to be put into practice by leaders in lots of different types of organizations, from public sector organizations, from private industry, private enterprise, and nonprofits. We're honored to be selected by the FT and McKinsey tonight, so thank you very much. Thank you for putting on this contest, which really encourages young authors to put their ideas forward. I think that's tremendously generous, and we really appreciate it. Also, thanks to the judges for kind of believing in our proposal and believing that it will make a good book. We'd be remiss if we didn't thank those that supported us, from our families to our colleagues who provided intellectual stimulation and challenged our ideas at the same time they supported them. So Ben Berman, Andrea Ovens, Clay Kaminsky, Ina Livitz, and our dear friend Matthew Clark all played a big role in putting us up here on the stage tonight. And finally, we'd like to offer our congratulations to Irene and Jonathan, both of whom wrote really interesting proposals, and we hope to read your books in print someday soon. So thank you very much.